Well, hello again. I'm hoping you're having fun with this XY coordinate program that I'm kind of working on now. This project in this video is called the XY staircase. And you can see the result of this program over here. See how it kind of goes up to the right, up to the right. And the way I programmed it, it goes back to 0, 0, and then it starts over again. So that's what I call the staircase. Now, when you program yours, you could have a whole bunch of stairs. I only show two of them in my example here. So to do that, we're going to go to Scratch, create, delete the cat, and delete the tutorial. And we're going to go back and add that XY grid backdrop again. But in order to get the line to draw, see in this drawing here, in the screen capture I took of my example, that drawing where the ball is moving and then there's a line drawn, that's actually known as a pen in Scratch. So we're going to drop the pen and then move the ball, the sprite, and that pen will mark as we go on Scratch. So let's see how that looks. To add the pen, though, that's a little tricky because it's called the pen extension. And we need to add that pen extension. And that makes it a little bit hard because we haven't done that before. So this is something new feature you're going to learn. The extension that we're going to add is found in the lower right-hand corner. Right there is what it looks like. And it's called Add Extension. Then you're going to see where the pen is and click on that. And I'll show this to you in the video. So we're going to add the pen. And what that does is it adds more blocks to the whole list of blocks in Scratch. And these are the pen blocks. So the program that we're going to do, you can kind of see the pen symbol here and even down here. Those are the blocks that were added by the pen extension. So we're going to start this program by clicking the flag. We're going to erase everything. We're going to set the pen size to 5 so it's a little thicker line. And then we're going to do a forever block, so we keep repeating this, and that's what builds the staircase. We'll start at 0, 0, and that's when we put the pen down. And then I have the say block, so you know where you're located, 0, 0. And then we're going to move for 2 seconds to 0, X and 50 Y. So that means we're going to go up, and then the next glide block is going to take us to 50, 50. So that moves us over. The next glide block is 50, 100. So we go up again, and then 100, 100. And you can kind of see the way I've got it in this example here. There's 50, there's 50, 50, there's 50, 100. So you can put numbers in here and build your own staircase. I'm going to do this in this video. And when we're all done, we're going to erase everything, change the pen color. So now we're going to make a different color for the pen, and it's going to look pretty cool. So let's see how this looks in Scratch. So I'm in Scratch now, and you can see I don't have the tutorial window is closed. I deleted the cat sprite. So let's add the backdrop called XY grid, which is found way on the bottom. So I'm going to scroll down, and it's simply called XY grid. So there's the grid mark, and this helps you understand how the numbers for X and Y are used for positioning our sprites. So the sprite I want to add is the basketball again. So I'm going to go back here to the choose sprites and find the basketball. I like the basketball sprite because it has a line right in the middle. So that way you know right where the center of the ball is. So if I put it right there about in the middle, you can see my X and Y. X is 0, Y is -1. So I'm a little bit down for -Y. Yeah, the minuses are negative as you go down for Y. So I'm just a little bit less than the center. All right, when I showed you the handout, there were pen blocks. Well, if you look at the group of blocks here, pen is not found because we're going to be adding those blocks. So to do that, we got to come all the way to the lower left-hand corner right here where it says Add Extensions. So when I click on that, these are all the blocks that you can add to that list. And here's the pen block. So we're going to be using that one. So I'm going to click on it. And right there is the category called pen. And then these are all the blocks that have been added to my list of blocks. So I could go back to motion and work with those, and I come back down to the pen, and now I can drag these over to use in my code. So I'm going to build that code that we had in the handout. So here I have the code that was the same code that was in the handout for the XY coordinates for creating the staircase. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see it a little bit better. That's what that plus and minus are. The equal sign centers everything, but if you want to zoom in or zoom out, if your code is so much that you need the space, you can zoom in and out. Let me zoom in a little bit, scroll up. So I started off with the check mark, I erase everything, and then I set the pen size, and then I do, oops, let's undo this. If I right click, I can undo. So if you ever make a mistake and you drag something over, just right click on the screen, which I'm going to do right now, and that's where the undo is. So if I scroll down, you can see my glide blocks, which are like the go-to, but glide moves it slowly versus a go-to, which is immediate. So I'm going to go to it in 2 seconds. So let's see how this works. Watch this area here now. There's the pen going up, and it even says right there, it says where the coordinates are. So you got to type that in on these say blocks. And it builds the staircase, and that's the pen. You can see it moving. It takes 2 seconds, and the color is changing a little bit by this block down here. That's the pen color change. I'm changing it by 10, so it's not a very big change. You could make that number bigger if you want. And there's an erase all here, so after I create it, the staircase, then it erases everything and starts all over again with the color change. Now it's bright yellow, you can see. So what I'd like you to do in this project is to create this code, and my blocks that I used for X and Y start off at 0, 0, 0, 50, 50, 50, 50, 100, and then 100, 100. And that's the top one right there. That's a 100, 100. So that's my simple staircase, and I'd like you to draw a staircase. And you can do it anywhere you want, and then experiment with these XY coordinates. All right, have fun now.